A tribute to disability joy, text and photo montage, line, structure, sculpture, and audio-visual clips. While disability joy is an emerging term and theme, defining it can be problematic. It connects both to current experiences of discrimination and to a drive to articulate pride. This piece offers a personal reflection on the term, drawing on archive records and the creative work of 3 late great disabled friends and colleagues. The piece acknowledges that histories of disability stretch far back, but how we understand them changes with the records we keep and the stories we tell. The inspiration came from imagining, if at the time disability first entered census records, disabled people themselves had had much more of a say in defining their experience, how would we see it today? The work also encourages responses and reflections about what disability joy might mean to you. Attendees are invited to add comments and doodles to the structure. For me, this includes themes of disruption, acceptance, and resistance within a framework of dominant historical knowledge about disability, using the format of the 1851 and 1871 census, along with the York Poor Law Union Workhouse Committee application and report book, where disability and impairment were recorded, and inspired by 3 creative outputs from disabled friends and colleagues, this work explores disability joy. Disruption. From the photo and words of Stephen Cole, 1963 to 2016, who was given the label of severe learning disability, which he resisted, and who also had a visual impairment. In 2005, the witty Stephen began using JAWS, Job Access with Speech, a computer screen reader program that allows users to read the screen either with text-to-speech output or via a refreshable Braille display. Using JAWS, Stephen enjoyed creative writing and creative text-to-speech, synthesized soundscapes by varying computerized voices, text formations, and layout in a word processor. I recall Stephen doing this in the workspace we shared, belly laughing with joy as he discovered interesting sound manipulations and reworkings of everyday realities based on his experience. Through this, Stephen asserted many alternative ways of understanding the experience of disability. Acceptance. From photos and words of Barbara Stewart, 1956 to 2016. Barbara said, "I try and use my disability if that makes much sense." This was captured in audio as part of research exploring representation and identity issues around disability. Barbara often shared stories about the negativity wielded against disability and the damaging impact this had on people, but also about the power of those with lived experience to challenge and create alternatives. Resistance. From photos of and a community resistance film about Lynn Jeffries, 1956 to 2014. Lynn Jeffries was a disability rights campaigner in York, who made a significant contribution to equality and inclusion work in the city. Lynn was a champion of disability and human rights, and many people have remarked on her power and tenacity to resist and speak up. She knew that getting disabled people to share their everyday, lived experiences of the barriers preventing independent living would be transformational. Her message was clear: the more people who resist and speak up about being left behind, the more likely we are to achieve a truly inclusive and accessible future. The film was originally created for York Disability Pride 2017 celebrations and remains an important part of Lynn's legacy.